Welcome to Mexico City. We are here in the Francisco Marquez Olympic Swimming Pool. It is day 6 of the 2017 World Para Swimming Championships. Hard to believe it's the last day of competition already here in Mexico. My name's Paul Noble. I'll be taking you through the action this morning. I'm joined again this morning by Stephen Jameson.
Good morning, Paul. Yes, lovely to be here. Our officials make their final morning walk into the pool here in Mexico City. It's completely true, actually. Very hard to believe it's gone so quickly. I don't know where the time's gone, but here we are already at the final day. It's been a wonderful competition here in Mexico City, particularly, of course, given the circumstances surrounding this competition even being put on in the first place. It's been a brilliant competition.
Pool still looking resplendent in all the dressing that the World Para Swimming Championship organisers have put around the pool. Looks very good. Of course, the pool used for the 1968 Olympic Games, refurbished, of course, just a few years ago, and still looking as good as ever, still producing some very fast swims here. We are at altitude as well, so the performances of some of the swimmers here have been exceptional. And the officials just being introduced for this final morning session here. And as always, as we've had throughout the week, the morning sessions include heats for qualification for the session this evening, and also some finals as well. So we will be crowning some new world champions in this morning's session.
Yeah, we absolutely will be. Looking forward to doing just that. Here is what we can expect. Men's 400 free starts us off. We have some S9 heats, but we are also giving away a gold medal in that. Patrick Karlinski and Andre Brazil in the S10 classification are swimming head-to-head for a gold medal. This women's 400 free, 200 IM in both the SM6, SM7 and SM8s for the men, and the women's SM7 and 8. 150 individual medley for the SM3s and 4s for the men, and 100 back S1, S2. And then we have some pretty exciting races to finish off the morning as well. We always say last one, fast one is always the phrase for the end of a swimming meet, and when you're closing it out with the women and men's 50-metre freestyle in the S9, then you know it's going to be a pretty quick one to round things off.
Yeah, a couple of S9 events on the programme today. Some of the swimmers have been waiting all week for their final events. Federico Morlacchi coming onto the pool side. He's enjoyed himself. The Italians have had a great championships, racking up the medals. It's the best world championships ever for an Italian team. This is the lineup for the first event of this morning. It is the first heat of the men's S9 400 freestyle. Marco Piero of Argentina in 2, Christian Vincetic in 3 for Croatia. Federico Morlacchi, he goes in the middle of the 5 swimmers. David Gracia from Portugal in 5, and Juan Castillo Esteves from Cuba in lane number 6. Swimmers who have had, well, mixed results this week. Federico Morlacchi, 6 medals already to his name at these championships. We'll be looking to add another one in this 400 freestyle. He's never won the world title in this one. This is a heat, of course, so we might just see some swimmers take it easy in the heat session this morning. Progress through to that final this evening. Morlacchi in the centre lane, David Gracia, Christian Vincetic also feature in the mix when they get to the final this evening, but they've got to get there first.
And it was brilliant to see just how relaxed Federico Morlacchi was feeling, coming out to the pool side, having a wee bit of a dance on his way out onto the block. Really nice to see. And as you mentioned, Paul, the Italians have had such a good championships. They are a brilliant para-swimming nation, as it is. And such a good world championship will be a real boon to, especially the youngsters as well, that are starting to come through. Carlos and Shirley, of course, quite a few others who are coming through at real young level, their first ever championships. Let them come in, enjoying success. Just going to make that 3 or more. Federico Morlacchi, of course, has been there and done it in terms of success. He's very decorated swimmer. That hasn't changed so far in this competition. He'll be hoping to bow out today with start being made in lane 3 by Christian Vincentic. Just sitting ahead of Morlacchi. In third, ahead of Marquez and David Grasha as it stands, but still a little way to go. Early stages in this 400, and as you mentioned, most swimmers here will automatically make it through to the final later on. So this is a little bit of a case of conserving energy more than anything else in this stage.
Yeah, Morlacchi and Vincentic looking comfortable there. Both similar disabilities. You can see from the underwater shot, both leg impairments. And the S9 class is minimal impairments. Of course, S1 to S10 goes for physical disabilities, S1 being the most severe, S10 being the least impaired. So this is the S9 class. Typically, S9 swimmer may be affected in just one limb. Case for Morlacchi and Vincentic. They are being pushed now by the swimmer up there in lane number 6, Juan Castillo Estevez, the 19-year-old from Cuba. And well, he was 4th place yesterday, and he absolutely had his head in his hands at the finish of the event yesterday. The 100 butterfly. Really thought he might have been on for a medal, and he was absolutely gutted when he looked round and was actually in 4th position. So trying to make amends this morning.
Hardest place in sport to finish is 4th. And it does indeed appear that Castillo Estevez feels like he might have a point to prove to himself. He has the second slowest entry time into this heat. Morlacchi with the quickest 4:17.91, which is fairly good going. Federico Morlacchi. Castillo Estevez, on paper at least, coming into this competition, a good 20-25 seconds behind that, or a wee bit more. So he's really giving it a good go in this heat, and just wanting to maybe lay down a marker for proceedings a little bit later on. Remains in touching distance to Federico Morlacchi. Christian Vincentic still in 3rd, followed by Pajero and Rashat of Argentina and Portugal, respectively. So coming towards the final 60 metres or so. Morlacchi just starting to pull clear. Now the Italian was dancing his way onto the block, cruising his way back to it.
Experienced campaigner Federico Morlacchi. Castillo Estevez. First World Championship appearance. Went to the Paralympics last year. And was 5th in 100 butterfly, best position. Morlacchi though, pulling away, showing his strength here in the closing stages of this 400 freestyle. It was very relaxed with Federico Morlacchi, 4:48.64 for the Italian. All 3 swimmers coming in together there. Good finish from David Grasha from Portugal. He gets the touch. 4/100ths ahead of Christian Vincentic. And Cuban Castillo Estevez in 4th position, but not much in it between those 3 swimmers getting into the wall. Marco Piero is in now in 5th position. Federico Morlacchi looked pretty relaxed for the Italian.
Big smile on his face as well. He's certainly enjoying his final day.
And Morlacchi is medalist at the World Championships the last 2 occasions. He's also twice a European champion as well. He wants to get his first gold medal at this distance on the world stage. he will be one of the favourites when they come to the final. Federico Morlacchi making sure qualification, 4:48.64 for the Italian.
And we have got a couple more S9 swimmers in this next race who will be swimming their heat, just as Morlacchi, Grashap, Vincetic and co have just done. But we have got a gold medal to give away in this next one as well. In the S10 sport class, Patrick Karlinski from Poland going head-to-head with the great Andre Brazil of Brazil. Straight shootout for a gold medal. There they are at the left of your picture, Karlinski and Brazil. We also have Hugo Didier of France and Ruta Silva of Brazil in the S9 heats. We'll be keeping an eye on those times. But more importantly, we'll be keeping an eye on Karlinski and Brazil as they go for goals. Brazil not exactly for the first time this championships.
Andre Brazil, 5 gold medals to his name. Can he add a 6th? He's not going to have it all his own way, I think. This is going to be a real tough shootout because Patrick Karlinski, the 21-year-old, will see this as a good chance to challenge the great man, Andre Brazil. Twice a European medalist, the Polish swimmer. Andre Brazil, twice a world champion. But Andre
Brazil get away there. It was borderline a false start. It was that quick out of the blocks. Beautiful underwater from Brazil to get himself away and into his stroke. This is at the upper echelons of what Brazil prefers to swim. But it is really a testament to the quality of himself as a swimmer that he's got every chance of gold medaling in the 400 as he does in the 50.
Oh, we've seen this before from Andre Brazil in the past. Probably when he was really at his peak as doing his best times ever. He would go out fast in a 400 and just try to hold on, and that's what he's trying to do to Karlinski. Karlinski's a very, very strong swimmer. He will try and swim at his own pace and he'll come back in the closing stages, but Brazil will just try and get ahead of him so that the Polish swimmer's got too far to come back. Or he might try and kind of suck Karlinski in to go a little bit faster than he might have done in the early stages, but 101.27 for Andre Brazil in the early stages. Karlinski some way behind, and Brazil just looking as smooth as silk as ever.
Yeah, he really is. It's always a tactical race anyway, the 400. It becomes even more pronounced when it's 1v1, as this one is. Brazil entered in a marginally quicker time than Karlinski, only 4.5 seconds between them. It's about the split at the minute between the two. We expect Karlinski to push though as this race comes towards its conclusion. We're towards the 200-metre mark now, the halfway point. Brazil is really looking very strong. Karlinski only just out of shot, not that far back in this one. Brazil has gone out very, very quickly indeed.
Really doesn't look like Brazil is pushing too hard, but making it look very easy. It's very, very powerful pull under the water there. That's what's giving him his propulsion. He's a great technician, Andre Brazil, and he can maintain this pace. It'll be comfortable for him, I would say. Andre Brazil, if he can maintain this, maintain that lead. We'll just keep an eye on the gap between Karlinski and Brazil. See if it is increasing. It's 4.5 seconds when they reached that top end the last time. It's 7 seconds now, so Andre Brazil looking like he has got this one sewn up as they come down to the 300 mark. Karlinski not really posing the threat that we thought he might do.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out, Andre Brazil isn't absolutely gunning this. He's a little way off championship record pace, for example, and not really particularly close to that. So this isn't an incredibly fast sim from Brazil. It's get me wrong, very good swim, but he's absolutely decimating the challenge of Karlinski here. 3:23.15 the split from Karlinski, away back from Andre Brazil. As we enter, Andre Brazil at least enters the final 60 metres of his race. Karlinski now a good 10-15 metres, if not a little bit more behind him. Andre Brazil into the final 50 and comes home to seal another gold.
Yeah, Andre Brazil now, he'll have the end in his sights. There is the halfway marker. He's just coming, that little red stripe there on the lane ropes, and he picks up the pace. Little bit of a kick from the legs, and Andre Brazil is coming home. He will claim gold for Brazil. It will be his 7th gold of the championship. Andre Brazil takes it in 4:19.10. Another gold to the great Andre Brazil. Karlinski will be in 2nd position, some way behind the Brazilian. Those are your gold and silver medalists for the men's S10 400 freestyle. Coming in, didn't really mention the S9 competitors here. Young Hugo Didier, who has had a great week, winning gold in the 100 backstroke. He comes in 4:49.19.
Pretty good time then actually, because Morlacki only won heat in the morning 4:46, I think. So it's pretty good going for Didier. It's good to silver. He's just finishing his race. We'll take a look back at that finish from his fellow countryman, Andre Brazil. They made 7 gold medals for this competition. Out now in front now, I think, on the individual totals, Andre Brazil. Iarboki up there on 6. My stats serve me right, which I think they do.
We'll see Iarboki a little bit later on.
Oh, he'll be back, don't get me wrong. he will not rest.
Andre Brazil takes gold number 7 in the 400 freestyle S10, 4:19.10, ahead of Karlinski. These championships have really highlighted some multi-medalists throughout the year, some experienced campaigners. Andre Brazil kind of burst on the scene in the World Champs 2006, and 7 gold medals in this championship. I think takes his total up to 22. And if Boki wins today, which we expect him to do, he's on 22 as well. So that's another little head-to-head. We've got Jess Long, Daniel Diaz, they're on 30 apiece, we make it. We've got Brazil and Boki on 22 apiece. Incredible.
Iarboki in particular, we'll see him a little bit later on, and we'll touch on this again, no doubt. But he is a man who I fully expect to just carry on going as we look into our next race. And a little bit of home interest for the crowd as Stephanie Ruby Cristina Zapata enters into this 400 S10 women's final in lane 3. Olivia Jabłońska is in lane 4 for Poland. Bianca Pap of Hungary is in lane 5. And they're joined by Alessia Scortacini in lane 6. The final of the women's 400 metres freestyle S10. There's a posse of Mexican school children have joined us here in the arena, and no doubt they'll be told to get behind their swimmer. Can Mexico get themselves onto the podium once again? The final of the women's 400 metres freestyle S10. Cristina Zapata, Jabłońska, Pap, and Scortacini.
Real quality lineup, this one. 4 well-known faces in the S10 classification. Cristina Zapata in lane number 3 has gone out fast. Jabłońska from Poland, medalist last year at the European Championships. Really strong. We haven't seen much of Jabłońska this week so far. We have seen Bianca Pap She has taken a couple of medals already at these championships. Alessia Scorticini as well has had incredible swims, especially in the 100 freestyle, taking that 100 freestyle gold just by 2/100ths of a second. She is finding the pace in this 400 freestyle a little bit too fast in the early stages for the Italian, but if she is in touch, come towards the end, I know that she's got a very good sprint speed. Jaworska though, just heading Cristino Zapata. And you remember Cristino Zapata from the last World Championships, qualifying in first position for the final. Great pressure on her 2 years ago. Just as a 19-year-old, she didn't make the medal podium on that occasion. Wants to make up for it tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned that Scorticini more of a sprinter. Jaworska very much built for this distance. Big, powerful shoulders of Olivia Jaworska, just cut through the water. Makes for a great distance swimmer. She'll handle this 400, no trouble at all. Someone like Scorticini, more of a sprinter, might just struggle to live with this sort of pace over this sort of distance. And Jaworska here is looking very, very good indeed. Closest to her, they touch in here and turn at the halfway point, will be Cristino Zapata of Mexico. 3 seconds behind her. Bianca Papp in fourth, Scorticini a little way back behind Papp. Jaworska here is breaking clear, and you just wonder, even at this relatively early stage, just over halfway, if this might be all she wrote for the gold.
She is certainly picking up the pace. Jaworska over at the 250, 255.49. We'll just check on the gap. It is Cristino Zapata, 6.3 seconds behind. Bianca Papp making the challenge now for the silver medal position. Bianca Papp, of course, a 17-year-old, the youngest in this field. Scorticini has got a little bit of ground to make up, but there is almost no one else in shot as Olivia Jaworska comes down to the 300 mark. She is eking the distance out from her to the other two behind her. It's a very tight contest for the silver medal. As you can see, the swimmers just coming in there. Cristino Zapata with the edge over Bianca Papp as they go into the last 100.
Yeah, really good swim this from Jaworska. Her stroke rate in that last 50 in particular just increased, and it could be on for a fairly quick swim here. She reached the 350-metre mark in just a few moments. Which was a record held by Elodie Laurenti of France, back in Montreal. Rivar, the world record holder, set in Rio last year, Paralympic champion. Jaworska used to swimming against those two. Doesn't have them in this race, only has in front of her clear water. 4:07 the split as she comes back for home. In a really, really impressive swim this from the Polish swimmer. Battle for second and third is very, very close. We'll come to that in just a moment. This is all about Olivia Jaworska. It's going to be gold for the Polish swimmer, and at a canter as well. Last few meters, last few strokes, gold for Jaworska, 4:43.4. And coming in behind her, here comes silver, being cheered on by the home crowd. It's Stephanie Cristino Zapata of Mexico. Another medal for Mexico. Bianca Papp with a bronze for Hungary. But a big ovation there for Stephanie Cristino Zapata coming in silver. But there's your winner. There is the gold medalist, Olivia Jaworska. And she made that look easy. And well, she might smile.
Olivia Jaworska is the champion, 4:43.40. That is a decent time for the Polish swimmer to take the gold medal. She was bronze medalist last time in the Glasgow World Championship, gold this time. Close contest in the early stages, but coming towards mid-race. Livia Dubowska just picked up the pace and increased her lead as that race progressed. No one in sight as she takes the gold medal for Poland. Satisfied smile for the world champion.
She almost looked surprised when she hit the wall and turned around and didn't see anyone anywhere close to her. Just wonder if that factored into her pacing of that race. She did go out very, very quickly and win in the end by best part of 13 seconds for the pole. Olivia, fine swim as we dish out another gold medal here at these Mexico City World Paralympic Championships. Our next little block of races, a couple of heats. This is the men's 200 metres individual medley, SM6, SM7. This first race is exclusively SM6. Keep an eye on Nelson Crispin in lane 5. Set America's record last night for Colombia. He's in fine form, couple of gold medals to his name. Taliesin Glock, familiar face for Brazil. And Tony Ponce Bertrand, world record earlier on this week. So, a few swimmers who are very much bang in form. Should be a good race. Men's 200 metres individual medley, SM6.
Taliesin Glock and Nelson Crispin have had some close battles in the past. Brazilian in 4 and Colombian in 5. Well, remember the last World Championship was only 3/100ths of a second separating Crispin and Glock, so they will be the favourites for this 200 IM. Yang Hong from China. He will also feature in the mix, I'm sure. This is a heat. So, Nelson Crispin, Taliesin Glock in the centre. Nelson Crispin had a very good butterfly yesterday.
Say that again.
Winning the gold medal by a large margin in the end. Taliesin Glock was the backstroke champion, so watch out for him when they come into this next leg. Well, Nelson Crispin, during his class there, making the most of that first 50 butterfly.
Yeah, in the SM6 classification, you see a real variety in strokes at times. No more is that exacerbated than in the butterfly in particular. Some swimmers can be very unique in their stroke. That's the backstroke now. Going on nicely just next to Crispin and Glock. In that lane 3 is Yang Hong of China. Just a fly style kick on his back from Yang Hong. Leads the way with Glock just behind him. Crispin tucked in the blue cap of Colombia. Just had a little bit of a check there behind him. We'll look where the wall is.
Nelson Crispin, probably weakest on the backstroke of those 3 swimmers. They just trying to minimise the damage, I suppose, on that backstroke leg, but very strong butterfly swimmer, very, very strong breaststroke swimmer, and a great freestyler as well. But at the moment, Yang Hong is heading the Colombian and is heading Taliesin Glock, going back into contention. I mentioned him earlier, Tony Ponce Bertrand from Spain, set a world record in the breaststroke and he's really picked up alongside Nelson Crispin. Here it is the Chinese swimmer Yang Hong, will be heading for home now. Nelson Crispin in 2nd position, nearly 5 seconds behind Spanish swimmer Ponce Bertrand in 3rd, and Taliesin Glock now down in 4th. This is a heat, of course. They will all qualify for the final. I would expect the times to be a little bit faster when they get to that final tonight. Nelson Crispin stroking nicely, bringing Anthony Jose Bertrand along with them, and they're both catching Chinese swimmer Yang as they come into closing stages now. It may well be Yang, it may be Nelson Crispin. They are going to be in the centre lanes tonight. For the final, Nelson Crispin, it is who gets the touch, 255.85. Yang, 256.70. Jose Bertrand just 4 100s behind the Chinese swimmer. Taliesin Glock in fourth. They will be top 4 into the final.
Just see if Glock deliberately took his foot off the gas, or if he's just struggling for a little bit of speed. He was a long, long way behind that front three. The main man there, Nelson Crispin. Glock was well up there at the halfway stage, and indeed for most of the breaststroke, but faded away completely on the freestyle. He'll have known he was in the final anyway. I wonder if he was just conserving a little bit of energy at that point. So, see the final few strokes of Yang Hong. Didn't quite get there in the end. That'll be maybe a feature to look out for in the race this evening. Yang Hong, very strong breaststroker, very strong on his back, but might get caught on the freestyle. Something to look out for when these swimmers meet again this evening in the final. But confirmed results of that heat. Nelson Crispin wins at 255.85 and a disqualification for his teammate, Oscar Andres Osorio Campa.
Well, 7 swimmers will progress to the final. Yeah, it should be interesting. I think Taliesin Glock a little bit more to give. I think all of them will have a little bit more to give, but I would expect Taliesin Glock to be there or thereabouts when they hand out the medals. But Yang said, yeah, it looks like the freestyle might be the one that might be his downfall at the moment, because Nelson Crispin, we know, will come back really strongly in that closing stages.
Jose Bertrand as well. Yep. He's run those second 2 legs about twice the speed of his first 2.
It's Medley's always a fascinating race. Just a little bit of a delay, and it does look like there may well have been another disqualification on our screens, possibly for the Portuguese swimmer Ivo Roca. It's not confirmed on the graphics here, but that's the officials just discussing it down below us.
There are some of the youngsters joining us.
Playing on the scoreboard is a confirmed result for that event. First place is for Colombia, Nelson Crispin.
Nice, see, they've already witnessed a medal for their country. Put together a successful morning outing. Here we go then. Men's 200 metres individual medley, SM7, the athletes making their way to the pool.
This is a final for the SM7. And a pink cap in the centre there, Carlos Serrano Zarate. He will go in lane number 4. Christian Saini, Carlos Serrano Zarate had a very close contest in the butterfly. They are back together again in the centre lanes in this men's 200 IM SM7 final.
Keep an eye as well on the German swimmer, Toby Palat. Hasn't maybe been at his best in this competition so far. But he'll be looking to get right up with Serrano and Saidi of Colombia and South Africa. Andreas Bjornstad and Suresh Narayan Jadhav complete the field. Jadhav, who witnessed his teammate Pandey get India's first ever World Para Swimming gold medal yesterday. Maybe he'll be looking to use that as a wee bit of inspiration. Men's 200 individual medley. SM7. There we go. In the 200 IM SM7, a quick start already. Carlos Serrano Zarate of Colombia. comfortably up there on his right shoulder. Christian Saidi of South Africa. Reasonable start as well for Toby Pollak in lane 5. Those are the three swimmers we expect to be duking it out for the medals. Already you can see Saidi and Serrano Zarate just splitting themselves from Pollak onto the backstroke. Should be a good battle, this one.
The South African, Saidi, was disappointed, certainly, just to miss out on a gold medal in the 50 butterfly. There was absolutely nothing in it. It came right down to the touch at the end. And, well, Serrano Zarate, he had slightly the longer arms than the South African, and that was just decisive at the end of that 50 metres butterfly. He's struggling, the Colombian, on the backstroke, but South Africa now just leads him into the halfway point. Watch out though for Carlos Serrano Zarate on the breaststroke. He made his name as a breaststroker, burst onto the scene 2 years ago, and he will be looking to use this breaststroke to his full advantage, and he's pulling up alongside the South African now. Christian Saidi has really got to minimise the damage on this breaststroke as Carlos Serrano Zarate pulls up and goes ahead of the South African. And Christian Saidi has got to hold on here because Carlos Serrano Zarate is away and clear of the South African coming up to this final turn now. It's looking good for Colombia.
It certainly is. Serrano Zarate, a wonderful breaststroker, and this is where the medley really can turn on its head. Saidi looked so comfortable heading into this leg, but it's a complete reversal of fortunes. Down into the freestyle comes Carlos Serrano Zarate, and these two have enjoyed many battles this week, but this one might just be too much for the South African. Serrano Zarate is away and clear with space to spare. Final 20 metres for the Colombian, and Saidi doing everything he can to pull back, but at the minute he's closer to losing his silver than he is to gaining his gold. Toby Pollak is finishing very strongly for Germany. But into the final 5 metres, it's going to be another gold medal for the Colombian. Carlos Serrano Zarate does it again. Terrific swim to get another gold. And Saidi's just going to hold on against Pollak of Germany. Coming in 4th is Andreas Skarbjørnstad of Norway. And there's our winner, Carlos Serrano Zarate. Mentioned earlier, our stars of these championships collecting their individual medals. Well, Serrano Zarate's just added another one to his already pretty extensive collection.
What a reaction from Carlos Serrano Zarate there from the blocks. He did lead in the early stages. Backstroke wasn't a good leg for him, but come on to the breaststroke and it's a different matter. Colombian took the lead towards the end of that breaststroke leg and just pulled away from the rest on the freestyle. Great smile from the champion. Takes another gold medal here in Mexico at the World Championships. Carlos Serrano Zarate is the champion, 239.14. Christian Saidi holds up the challenge of Tobias Pollak to take silver ahead of the Germans. Breaststroke decisive there, Jamo.
It certainly was, and I said this on commentary yesterday, it's my favourite event to watch, the 200-metre individual medley, because you just get a little bit of everything in terms of strokes, but also the race changes all the time depending on individual swimmers and their respective strengths and weaknesses. With Carlos Serrano Zarate, his strength is the breaststroke, and it always is the breaststroke which makes the biggest difference in a 200 IM. It always seems to shrink the field. If someone's massively in the lead, it just tends to tighten it up. If someone's well in front on the breaststroke and they're good, it could be good night. Serrano Zarate had to do it the other way around.
I'm thinking he hardball.
Me too.
He's been dominant this week. We'll see him a little bit later on. But for the time being, we have 2 heats of the men's 200 metres individual medley, SM8. There are 5 swimmers in the first heat, 5 swimmers in the second heat. Top 8 will qualify for the final. Miguel Golas from Poland, closing lane number 2. Mark Malya from Israel in 3. Robert Griswold for the USA, already a champion here, won the first gold medal of these championships. He goes in 4. Andrea Sonea in 5 for Austria. Pico Calamagno for Argentina in lane number 6. This is the SM8 200 metres individual medley. And there are certain stroke specialists in this one as well. Robert Griswold won the backstroke title. We have Andrea Sonea, who was a Paralympic medalist in breaststroke, so watch out for him when they get on to the breaststroke element of this 200 metres individual medley. This is heat number 1. Swimmers vying for a place in that final. 1 more heat to come. Good start from Onea in the top of those 2 yellow lanes. Lane number 5, the flag of Austria on his cap. Robert Griswold. And lane number 4, also going well in lane 2 is Michael Golas from Poland. Top 3 from this heat will be guaranteed a place in the final. As there are only 5 in the next heat. Robert Griswold, Andrea Sonea, Michael Golas trying to make sure of those places in these early stages. Robert Griswold has affected in all 4 limbs. Andrea Sonea, Michael Golas just with the use of 1 arm there. Coming back into contention, Mark Malya from Israel, bringing himself up alongside Golas now. And also going well, a backstroker, Pipo Calamagno, pulling himself right through into second place here. Good backstroke from the Argentine.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about, isn't it? Strengths really do make such a difference in this race. Calamagno didn't get the greatest turn into the breaststroke. I think he finished his backstroke a touch early and lost a bit of momentum, which might just cost him a couple of seconds as they move into the breaststroke. But away and clear is Robert Griswold in lane 4. This stage on it, a little bit further back, Alia and Calamagno behind them. And having had a great start on the fly, Miguel Golas now brings up the rear in lane 2. Griswold makes his way to the wall and back on the freestyle in prime position to qualify for tonight's final. 13 the split. Makes its way now into the final half of the final 50 of this 200 IM.
Griswold making sure of this one. And Andrea Sonea, we did pick up on the breaststroke as we expected him to do, but Griswold had just too much of a lead, and he will touch the wall first in 2:33.85. A reasonable heat time there for Robert Griswold. Andrea Sonea in 2:41.74. And Mark Malya finishing well. He is in 3rd place, 2:45.31. So those 3 are guaranteed a place in the final. 4th place, just in 4th place, Pipo Calamagno from Argentina. He's only 0.28 ahead of Michael Golas from Poland. So I wonder if that touch will be vital when they make the finalists, guarantee the finalists after this second heat, of course. Robert Griswold off to a good start on the butterfly. Backstroke, well, we haven't seen the backstroke, but he's a very strong backstroker. Held that lead on the breaststroke, and the freestyle was comfortable for the American.
Yeah, nice little workout for the morning for Robert Griswold. I'm pleased with that. Let's see our second heat as we take a look at the confirmed results. This one, 2:23.85. Onia and Malia will definitely make the final. Hugo Calamagno and Nika Golos have to wait to see what this next heat brings. See the swimmers making their way out. In lane number 2 will be the American Roderick Sewell. In 3, it's the Argentine Augustin Nahuel Orellana. 4 from China, Xu Haijiao. 5 is Yang Guanglong, also China. And Carlos Martina Fernandez of Spain completes the field in lane 6.
Xu Haijiao has impressed this week. Absolutely, the Chinese swimmer swims with just one arm, 4 gold medals he has won, and his butterfly and his freestyle specifically have been absolutely sensational. Ahead of his teammate on a number of occasions. Yang has taken 3 silver medals at these championships, but Xu is probably going to be the class of this field here in the 200 metres individual medley SM8. Be interesting to see the butterfly if Yang swims the same way that he swam in the heats yesterday, with a kind of that windmill action, kind of stopping at the top of the stroke for a breath, and again, because it was relaxed. He didn't do that in the final because he had to work a little bit harder, but just showed how relaxed he was in the heats yesterday.
He really did.
That kind of trademark again, Xu left on the blocks again at the start. He's done that in every race, but when he comes up in the water, he's in the lead. Superb from the Chinese swimmer. But he could save half a second on that start. He just gets a better reaction time.
Easily, yeah. We notice again that big, long right arm up in the air and brings the hammer down. We'll do that on the butterfly and the freestyle. What if he does it on the backstroke as well? That'd be quite interesting.
Well, we're about to find out.
We certainly are. It's been a good start from Xu. Yeah, you can just see it's a very slow stroke rate. He uses his legs pretty well. The backstroke, it looks like a frog kick on the backstroke. Uses his legs mainly for propulsion, and he brings that one arm up high into the sky, hammers it down to pull himself through. It's a unique stroke, but it's a very efficient one. He uses every bit of strength he's got, and really muscles it through the water.
Yeah, both the Chinese swimmers employing that kind of breaststroke leg kick on the backstroke there. That's unusual to see, but you know, it seems to work for them. And very often when we come to major championships, people with certain disabilities will look around the world and see what other countries are doing, and you know, sometimes get some new ideas, some different ways to do the stroke. We saw that a lot of people on the backstroke used to do the flutter kick. Then someone said, right, well, we'll try it with fly kick on your back, and all of a sudden most of the people were doing fly kick on the back, people with no arms at all, and you know, that seemed to be the most effective way, and it becomes accepted. But very unusual to see the 2 Chinese swimmers have breaststroke kick on the backstroke. And then when they get on to the freestyle, of course, not allowed to do fly kick on the freestyle because it is an individual medley and the strokes have got to be different. So they use fly kick. These one-armed swimmers on the butterfly, they can't use fly kick on the freestyle, so they've got to use a flutter kick.
And it's interesting again, just watch Yang and Xu's arms here, especially if they ever go in synchro, all the way up to the top. Almost give it a couple of seconds before they bring it down. And it will be the 2 Chinese swimmers who are going to take the win in this second heat, 1 and 2. In lane 4, it's Xu, 2:35.71, and in lane 5, it's Yang in 2:41 and a bit. Martinez coming in 3rd place. And it's Orellana of Argentina to come in 4th, and the American Roderick Sewell finishes his race in lane number 2. Big smile on the face of the winner, Su Tai Zhao of China. Looks pretty pleased with that as well. He might, and it'll be interesting actually to see the final of this one. I think the two Chinese swimmers against Robert Griswold could be a really, really good race. Add to that the Paralympic bronze medalist who's on here. We've got a recipe for some fireworks, Paul.
We have indeed. Chinese swimmers, the two Chinese swimmers, been really impressive, especially Xu Haizhou, pulling away from the others there at the end of the breaststroke, and Freestyle looking very impressive indeed here for the Chinese swimmer. Just stretches for the wall, followed home by his teammate, and he will qualify for the final in second position, just behind Robert Griswold. Result of that second heat, the two Chinese swimmers ahead of the Spanish swimmer Marquez Fernandez. Augusto Oliana will also qualify for the final, and that finish in the first heat by Pipo Calamaggio, just 0.2 ahead of Michael Gullis, was decisive because Calamaggio will make the final and Gullis will miss out.
Swimmers are on pool deck for our next race, where we have 2 gold medals to give away. It's the women's 200 metres individual medley, SM7 and SM8. In lane 2 is Judith Rollo-Marchal of Spain. In 3, Mari Mäkinen of Finland. They will compete for the gold medal in the SM7 classification. Then lanes 4 through 7, Vendula Duskova of the Czech Republic, Jessica Long of the USA in 5. Her teammate Julia Gaffney in 6. And the Mexican swimmer getting introduced to the crowd with a big ovation is Luz Corina Lopez Valdez in lane 7. So, as you can see, 2 SM7 swimmers, 4 SM8 swimmers, 2 gold medals to give away in this race. Mari Mäkinen and Judith Rollo-Marchal will contest gold and silver. Someone in the SM8s will have to miss out on a medal altogether.
Jessica Long from the USA going for her 31st World Championship gold medal. Unbelievable stuff for Jess Long. She is one of the superstars here at these championships. An interesting race as well for the SM7. Judith Rollo-Marchal, closest to us. Medal in the butterfly. So should start well. Mari Mäkinen got a medal at the Europeans last year. It was her first major international medal. She's trying to follow that up with her performance here at these World Championships. So the 2 swimmers in the SM7 class will go head-to-head. 4 swimmers in the SM8, and Jessica Long immediately goes into the lead. Butterfly, very much one of her specialities, as well as this event, the 200 metres individual medley. She has won the last 4 World Championship titles. She's going to try and make it 5 in a row in this event. She's won the last 3 Paralympic titles. Long unbeaten run for Jessica Long. Looks like it's set to continue in these early stages.
I can just wonder if Jessica Long has a flight to catch out of Mexico City. She started like a shot in this race. Brilliant opening from Jess Long. And the other 3 SM8 swimmers not looking like they can come anywhere near her. The 2 swimmers at the top, both in the SM7. My apologies, no, we've got my lanes the wrong way around. Julia Gaffney and Luz Lopez Valdez over the top are the ones challenging Jessica Long, but they've still got a little way to go. Good 10 metres behind the American swimmer.
We've said it before that it's just sometimes you just forget that Jessica Long hasn't got the lower part of both her legs there. You look at her in the water and you just don't see the impairment at all. She is such a technician. She is such a star, Jessica Long. And she is stretching away from the rest of the field for another gold medal performance. Real good tussle for the silver medal there, just at the top of your screen. Lopez Valdez doing well, pleasing the Mexican crowd at the moment, and she's ahead of Julia Gaffney, and maybe closing a little bit on Jessica Long, but Jessica Long has such a massive lead that there's no way that they are going to catch her. Mary Mäkinen stretching away from Judith Rollo Marshall in the SM7 classification, but Jessica Long is away and clear, and coming up now with half a length to go in the closing stages of this SM8. Jessica Long, she has been the world champion in this event, undefeated since 2006. She is coming home for her 5th straight world title here in the SM8 200 meters individual medley. It's gold medal 31 for Jessica Long at the World Championships. She is the champion again for the USA. It looks like it's going to be silver for her teammate Julia Gaffney. Shrug of the shoulders there for Jessica Long. 2:49.93 her finishing time. Gaffney in second place. The home crowd will enjoy Lopez Valdez coming home for a bronze medal position. Luskova picked up at the end there, but the Mexican held her off.
Did indeed. Good swim from Jessica Long. Some way off her world record best, but good enough for another gold medal. Coming in here in lane number 3, Mary Mäkinen to take a gold medal for Finland. 3:40.11 for Mary Mäkinen. World champion is crowned in the 200 meters individual medley SM7. The Finn finishes first. And behind her, coming in, is Judith Rollo Marshall to claim a silver medal for Spain. So all of our swimmers in, both races completed. But like night follows day, Jessica Long wins gold in the 200 meters individual medley SMA. Brilliant strokes all the way through. She's such a versatile swimmer, as Paul mentioned, such a technician. Barely even notice that she has any form of impairment. Wonderful to watch. She really has been on song at these championships as well. Some story, the Jessica Long story. It doesn't look like coming to an end anytime soon.
Gaffney following her home. Real inspiration for Gaffney, I'm sure. There's the champion, SM7, Mary Mäkinen. One of my favourite names, Harrison. I'd like to say that one. Jessica Long is the champion again for the USA. 2:49.93 in the SM8 class, ahead of Gaffney and Lopez Valdez. It's a first gold for Finland. Mary Mäkinen takes it ahead of Judith Rollo Marshall.
Preparations now being made at the top end of the pool for our next race. This is the men's 150 individual medley in the SM3 and the SM4.
This is a heat swim for the SM3 swimmers. The next heat we'll see, the SM4, will be a final. The swimmers in this SM3 have given us some really good contests this week. We've had some excellent close races in this
Really
classification.
quick times as well. Some really quick times.
The man in the centre there, Juan from China. He has been in great form. He hasn't had it all his own way. We've had Lopez Diaz from Mexico challenge him in a couple of races, and that's pushed him on to very, very fast times. World record yesterday, of course, for the Chinese swimmer. He is the world record in this event as well. He set that in Rio. The experienced Arnulfo Castorena has been a medalist in this event in the last 6 World Championships, stretching all the way back to 1998. A gold, 2 silvers, and 3 bronze. It's only a heat, he's not going to do it this morning. But I'd like to think in his home championships he might be able to make it a 7 gold.
Incredible statistic for Castellani. For an awful long time. Still very successful. When Pan Huang is to really watch out for. Sometimes see this in the medley events. You get towards the end of the week, check out the medley, see the swimmers who are near the top of the medley, and you realise how many goals they've already won through the week in their individual events. You know they're a very strong, very technical, all-round swimmer. That's exactly what Pan Huang is. The swim yesterday, the world record was absolutely brilliant, namely because Lopez Diaz swam an America's record in 2nd place. He made Juan push that a little bit further, and you'll know this better than most. But when you're in the pool and you have got someone behind you, you're assuming the race of their lives, it does make you go that little bit faster as well.
He absolutely pushed him on. He needed that little push just to break that world record. He needed to go a world record time to beat Lopez Diaz, who has been the real surprise package of these championships in this classification. Look like there is going to be a surprise here in these heats because the world record holder is going ahead of the rest of the field. He is being chased by Castorena, the experienced Mexican who's looking in good shape. Qualifies 2nd here. Castorena, of course, a medalist at a number of world championships in breaststroke as well, so this is very much a strength for the Mexican.
And he has closed on Juan Pan. He was quite a way ahead after the first leg of backstroke. Now, Juan is on to the freestyle. Mostly in the arms, this of Juan Pan. Clear water between himself and number 4 Castorena of Mexico. 3rd place currently belonging to the Swede in lane 6, Mikael Fredriksson. If this is a test run for the final later on, signs are looking pretty good. Juan Pan to pick up another gold medal this week. Great race, Sunday by Juan as he comes underneath the flags and into the wall, and a lot of encouragement in the stands as well for both these swimmers. Juan touches in 2:58.36. That actually is a championship record for Juan Pan. What a stunning swim that is in the heats as Castorena comes in 2nd place. Big applause for the home favourite. But Juan Pan has gone out here in the heats. He does have the world record. He's actually a little way off that world record, but such is the speed that he has in this classification. He's taken 3 seconds or so off Dmitro Vinohradets' championship record, which has stood since Montreal in 2013. He's done it in the heats. Phenomenal swim from Juan Pan. Coming in 3rd in the end, a really strong freestyle from the Greek in lane 3, Yannis Kostakis, to finish in 3rd. Fredriksson just losing his grip on 3rd over that freestyle, and he comes in 4th. Final swimmer to finish will be the Egyptian. And the Thai in lanes 2 and 7, Yusuf El Sayed in lane 7, just going in to finish sharply. Kaushi of Thailand going in to finish his race. But just take a look at the finish here from Juan Pan. Championship record in the heat, Paul. What has he got in the locker for tonight?
Well, I think he's got a lot more in the locker there. I think he's going to go a little bit faster. Maybe not world record pace, but he is on world record form, so who knows? 2:40.19, the record he set last year in Rio, and he has really pushed on the standard of this event in recent years. He becomes the first man under the 3-minute mark. Juan takes that one in a championship record ahead of Castorena and ahead of Kostakis. Look forward to the final this evening to see what time he's going to post then. Should be quick. Oh. That was the SM3s. Next heat is the SM4s. This is a fascinating race in prospect here. It's difficult to predict where this one is going to go. We have just 4 swimmers, I think, taking the start. Due to be 5, but I think we're down to 4 now. We have Miguel Luque, a Spanish swimmer, experienced man who has won medals in the breaststroke event. Watch out for him in the breaststroke leg. Jan Povasil of the Czech Republic, champion in the 50 freestyle, will go against the champion in the 50 breaststroke, Efrain Morelli. The local man, Gustavo Sanchez Martinez, won a gold medal in the 200 freestyle, so he is going to be strong in the closing stages. Medalists all the way in this 150 metres individual medley. Miguel Luque, silver medal in the breaststroke behind Efrain Morelli. Jan Povasil and Gustavo Sanchez Martinez, both gold medalists in freestyle events. It's the 150 individual medley, an event which is unique to para swimming. It is a 200 metres individual medley, but without the bottom. This should be a very, very close contest indeed. We have just a couple of seconds in terms of entry times separating swimmers. Gustavo Sanchez Martinez will be strong at the end. Morelli and Luque will be strong in the middle. Povasil, European Championship medalist last year, probably will start as favourite. Lane number 4. Fascinating to see how this one is going to pan out. A good start though for Jan Povasil, Czech Republic.
Way nicely in this men's 150 IM SM4. Good start from Jan Povasil. Good start also being made in the far lane. Gustavo Sanchez Martinez got away very nicely, in fact. Actually keeps up this way, heading to the wall after the first 50 in the lead. We know he's got the stamina. We know that. Maybe hold on to this lead. This place will go very, very loud if we can manage to do it. Bless the school kids up in the stands. They saw him touch in and turn there, and I think they thought he'd won it, but he's got another 100 metres to go yet. So it is Sanchez Martinez who leads them out. Other 3 swimmers, Luque, Povasil and Morelli, all in a line, marginally ahead, and it is marginal. Miguel Luque, my apologies, Efrain Morelli in lane 5. Miguel Luque then follows him, and Povasil just a touch behind. Still plenty of time to recover, but as you mentioned, Paul, strength of Luque and Morelli lies in the breaststroke, and you're seeing that come to the fore here.
Indeed, Morelli takes the lead here. Gustavo Sanchez Martinez is well placed, and he is a very strong freestyler, as is Jan Povasil, who is just coming alongside the Spanish swimmer Luque. But Efrain Morelli from Italy is ahead. Is the lead going to be enough for the Italian to hold off the challenge of the freestylers? Luque moved into 2nd position. Sanchez Martinez still in 3rd place. Can he get up to his stroke? Efrain Morelli is going strong. The Italian heading for home. Gustavo Sanchez Martinez and Jan Povasil trying to come back on the Italian. This is going to be very close indeed. Gustavo Sanchez Martinez coming back on Efrem Morelli. Is he making enough inroads to the lead of the Italian? It looks like Morelli may just hold off the challenge of the home swimmer from Mexico. But here comes Gustavo Sanchez Martinez and Jan Povisil into the last 6 meters now. Morelli holding on. Gustavo Sanchez Martinez, a late burst from the Mexican. It's going to be gold for Italy, but only just in 2:46.49. Morelli takes it just half a second ahead of Sanchez Martinez, with Povisil in third. But my goodness, that was close, and Sanchez Martinez almost did it, but Morelli held on.
He certainly did. What a brilliant swim from Efrem Morelli. You get the sense that if that pool was just a little bit longer, it would have been the Mexican to take the gold. But what a fine swim from Efrem Morelli, 2:46.49. Brilliant swim, really, really good. Just edging out Sanchez Martinez, who will get Mexico on the podium once again in silver. Jan Povisil, the Czech Republic, claiming the bronze. Miguel Luque, the unfortunate man to miss out on the podium. Just take a look at that finish once more. Wonder if Sanchez Martinez felt he had him. I wonder if Morelli knew how close he was to losing it. It was just fading. Each stroke was getting harder and harder for Morelli in that last 10 meters. It looked like he had it sewn up with half a length to go. But we mentioned at the start that stamina of Sanchez Martinez might come into play. So nearly got him a gold.
And Morelli takes the gold for Italy, but it was such a close contest. Sanchez Martinez, the silver, and Povisil, the bronze. Sanchez Martinez finished really well there on his long arm. Couldn't have done much more, but oh goodness, he will look back on that race and think, oh, if I could have only just made my move a little bit closer, then that would have been gold for Mexico. It would have been tremendous. Wasn't to be, silver medal.
We see the athletes coming out onto the pool deck for our next race. We do have a gold medal to give away in this one. It's the men's 100-meter backstroke, S1 and S2. Gold, silver and bronze to give away to the three swimmers there. Dimitrios Karapidis, Francesco Batella and Apostolos Zousis in the S1 class. Curtis Lovejoy of America and David McClopper, South Africa, swimming in the S2 classification. They will be matching up against the swimmers in our next race. They're swimming in the heat for that final, which will come up later on this evening. So two Greeks and an Italian competing for the three medals in the S1 100-meter backstroke.
Real contrast between the two S2 swimmers. David McClopper making his international debut. He's coached by South African Paralympic legendary swimmer Tig Slattery, Paralympic champion back in the 90s. Great influence on the young 16-year-old David McClopper. He's up against 60-year-old Curtis Lovejoy, who is one of the oldest competitors here. Sebastian Rodriguez and Curtis Lovejoy, both 60 years of age and still competing at the major championships. This is the S1 and S2 classifications, of course, the S1 being swimmers with the most impairment in the Paralympic programme. All of these S1 swimmers affected in all four limbs with limited movement in their limbs. Francesco Batella has been the class act of this field already with a gold medal to his name this week. two Greek swimmers just making their way over to the start. We'll try and get the better of the Italian. It's not going to be easy. The Italian very much the favourite for this one. The S1 class. Again, we see techniques developed throughout the years, and the technique of holding the swimmers in position, certainly in these lower classifications, is something that has developed over the years. It has become a kind of standard way of starting now. Someone just came up with the technique, it's seen at the major championships, and suddenly other countries thought, oh right, let's try that, see if it works for our swimmers, and it has become one of the standard methods of starting. Of course, the swimmers allowed to be held in place by their coaching staff. The coaching staff not allowed to add propulsion. As soon as the starting signal goes, swimmers are released and away racing. Curtis Lovejoy leads the race here. He's in the S2 class. He's in a heat with David McLaughlin just one lane up. The battle for the medals are the 3 lanes down from Curtis Lovejoy and Francesco Bettella from Italy. Is leading that contest at the moment. Looks like Karapidis from Greece in lane number 2 is in second position ahead of his country-mate Tassowas.
Yeah, really good start this from Bettella. And you sometimes see this in multi-class paraswimming. You know someone's having a good race if they're up on the classification above them. And that's exactly what Bettella is managing to do here. The Italian S1 swimmer leading out both S2 swimmers, Curtis Lovejoy and David McLaughlin. They aren't competing in the same race, essentially. Lovejoy and McLaughlin matching up with those in the next race to qualify through to the S2 final. This is the S1 final. And Francesco Bettella of Italy is very much making it his own. Going along very nicely indeed is the Italian in lane 3. Both arms propelling him backwards towards that wall. Underneath the flags he'll go, and at that point he'll know he is just a few seconds away from gold medal glory. Francesco Bettella takes the gold medal, another gold medal for Italy in 2:30.69. Curtis Lovejoy for the United States of America touches in 10 seconds behind him in the S2 heat. We're going to have a little bit of a wait here to see the rest of our swimmers. They're the Italian fans, they look pretty happy. And well they might, they've had plenty to celebrate this week. There is Francesco Bettella of Italy. And then coming in lane 2 now is the Greek Dimitrios Karapidis, who will grab himself a silver medal. Familiar face on the international scene, Karapidis, and he grabs himself another medal in the S1 class. Coming on top of your picture, David McLaughlin in the S2 heat. And with about 15 metres to go still, is Apostolos Sausis in to claim a bronze medal in the S1 final. And there's your winner, an impressive swim from Bettella.
Not too far away from the championship record, 2:30.69 for Bettella. This event only been swum once before at the World Championships. It was won in 2:29.82, so less than a second outside the championship record for the Italian swimmer Bettella. 3 swimmers there at the bottom of your picture in the S1 class. There's Lovejoy. There at the finish is Bettella, taking that gold for Italy, his second gold of the week. Takes the acclaim of the crowd and his teammates. Curtis Lovejoy, first home in the S2 class, should qualify him for the final this evening. as there is only 7 swimmers due to take the start for the second heat. Francesco Bottella takes the gold in the S1 classification ahead of Dimitrios Karapidis and Aspolitos Tsaousis, Greece, silver and bronze.
Yeah, some really nice swims in that race. A couple of medals for Greece. Group swimmer as well in our next race. Remember, this next one will be a heat. We saw 2 S2 swimmers, Lovejoy and Proper, compete there. They'll be matching up against our next racers in heat number 2.
Some good head-to-heads at these championships this week, and there's another one coming up in this next heat as well. Both Chinese swimmers, Zhu Liankang and Liu Benyin. They have had a couple of races against each other this week, and it's 1 gold and 1 silver apiece for them. So, real contest between those two. They did the same in Rio as well. They shared the gold and silver medalists in this classification. So the 2 Chinese teammates will go head to head against each other again in lanes 4 and 5. Beto Alvar from Chile. He's picked up a couple of medals at these championships. Chile's first World Championship medals since 1998. So it's only Chile's second ever World Championship medalist. But Zhu and Liu, they will be the favourites, and I just wonder how they're going to swim in this heat. Full lineup, we see Shalabi from Israel in lane 1, Jacek Czech, first of 2 Polish swimmers in lane 2, Arbazar in 3, Lu and Zhu go in 4 and 5, Makro Dimitris in 6 for Greece, and Otowski from Poland in lane number 7. Shalabi getting in the water from the side here in lane number 1. The other swimmers at the top make their way over to their respective lanes as well. Makro Dimitris in the water now. Kamil Otowski making his way in as well. S2 classification. We saw the S1s and S2s before. S1s being the more severe impairment in Paralympic swimming. This is the S2s, just 1 class up. Again, I suppose the standard method of starting all the way across the pool. That's a great shot, that of all the swimmers here in this S2 100 metres backstroke. Really difficult to look past the 2 Chinese swimmers in the centre lanes for this one.
Yeah, it is. They've been terrific so far in this competition, Zhu and Lu. It'll be interesting actually once they come to the final in this one later on this evening. In terms of bronze medals, so difficult to pick the bronze. It's fairly certain, at least from my perspective, heading into this evening, that Zhu and Lu will be duking it out for the gold medal. Times coming into this competition, fair way ahead of anyone else in the field, but aside from those 2, it really is very, very even. Come down to who's feeling the quickest on the day, really. So, the 2 Chinese swimmers lead it out as we expected in lane 4 and 5. There's Zhu who holds the advantage into the second 50. Lu just in behind him by 2.5 seconds. And it is the Chilean Alberto Abartha who is in 3rd.
Just looking at the times as Zhu goes through the first 50, he's actually set a championship record for 50 backstroke at the halfway point here in the 100. So that's the kind of form that these Chinese swimmers are in. A championship record at halfway. You can set records midway through events, and Zhu has done just that at the halfway point of this 100 backstroke, 50 meters backstroke championship record. They're all closing up on him now. He's beginning to just relax a little bit, and
he might have worn himself out after the first 50, who knows?
Lou just coming back slightly in the one lane above the new championship record holder, Zhu. And Arbazar won't be far away from the America's record here, the Chilean. 201.87 for Arbazar. And I think that is an America's record, actually. In the heats, it is Zhu will take that one in 157.52. Lou in second, 159.14. And I think it's not come up on our system, but I think that is an America's record for Alberto Arbazar from Chile in third position.
Yeah, a couple of brilliant swims in that heat. There's your winner, Zulian Kang of China. We're going to have to keep an eye on him this evening because he looks in really, really hot form. Went out in that first 50 very, very quickly, so quickly. It's their championship record for half the distance he's supposed to be swimming, which is quite incredible, really, especially at these lower classifications. 100 meters is a very long way. It's almost the equivalent of a swimmer in a higher class breaking a 200 record in a 400 meter race. That is some going from Zulian Kang. 157.52 his finish time for the 100. He and Lou will renew hostilities later on this evening. Alberto Arbazar with a great swim, 201.87. According to Paul's notes, who I trust them exclusively, and it's an America's record for Alberto Arbazar. We have seen a few of those fall over the last few days, actually, America's record. A couple of Mexicans have swum them. Nelson Crispin last night in the 50 fly. So even though we are in altitude, we are slightly in a weird time of year for swimmers. The records are still going. That's testament to the ability of these swimmers. We have got more racing on the way for you. Swimmers making their way out. The men's 100 meters freestyle, S12 and S13. S12 is first up. This is a heat. The S13 race coming up after it is a straight final. We've got three Kazakhstani swimmers in this one: Andrei Afanasyev, Anwar Akhmatov and Kirill Ilyukovich. Between them, Franco Schmidt, South Africa, Thomas Rocha Matera of Brazil, and Tucker Dupree of the United States. Kaima Kalma of Estonia and Davin Bayat Alitha make up the outside lanes for Estonia and Puerto Rico, respectively.
Tucker Dupree won the 50 freestyle. It was his first long course World Championship gold medal. I didn't say it was his first ever in the commentary, but he collared me after it and says he's won a short course World Championships. And you don't want to argue with Tucker Dupree. He's a lot bigger than me.
He is, yeah, he really is.
Goes in the middle for the USA. Really delighted to get that gold medal a couple of days ago in the 50. Wonder if we can follow that up with another medal in 100. There's been a medal in this event, medalist in this event at the Paralympic Games. That was back in London in 2012. This is the S12 class, of course, class with swimmers with a visual impairment. Just about now, Tucker Dupree is very close to the wall before he can see that turn, but he does it pretty well, 27.12. Franco Schmidt from South Africa in second, just 0.2 behind. He'll be looking to get on the podium for the first time this week. And he's looking pretty smooth there, the South African swimmer. All to play for third place at the moment. Remember, it is a heat. Dupree is just about holding off Schmidt in the closing stages. Schmidt using the tapper at the end to finish. Allowed to do that in the S12 class. Dupre takes it, Schmidt in second, Roque Matera from Brazil, who's already got a gold medal to his name in the butterfly this week. He gets in third place, but Dupre will be fastest into the final. Breathing a little bit heavy there from Tucker Dupre. Inside the 50, the real struggle for him. They are swimming at altitude here. He said that has affected him. He swims this week at the end of the races. Of course, it's difficult for these swimmers here swimming at altitude. But Tucker Dupre has coped with it well so far, and looked like he coped with it well in that 100 freestyle. Takes that one ahead of Franco Schmidt from South Africa, and we think that might be another area record, another African record for the South African. 57.59 for Franco Schmidt. There, it's confirmed African record for Franco Schmidt in second. He will go into the final behind Tucker Dupre of the USA.
Now, for those people who aren't familiar with swimming at elite international level, as yourself, what difference does altitude make to a swimmer? Because it's sort of obvious when you think of maybe outdoor sports, and for example when you're constantly outdoors and exposed to that air, but what difference does it make to a swimmer at altitude?
It's just the air is thinner. You just have to try and get the air into your lungs, and you know there's less air coming in, so it gives you less energy to power those big muscles. A lot of the teams went on altitude preparation, but that was for the original World Championship dates. So a number of the teams haven't been able to reschedule their altitude training for this one. So they've kind of lost the effect of their altitude training that they had maybe in about July, August time for the original championships, which was September, October. So some of them are beginning to feel the effects of that, especially as they come into the end of this week. I just wonder how it will affect this man who goes in lane number 4. The supreme E.R. Boki goes in 4 for Belarus. Can he claim his 7th gold medal of the week? What do you think, Jamo?
If I was a betting man, Paul, which I'm not, put everything I have on him.
Final of the men's S1300 freestyle. 4 swimmers. Redzelski from Poland in 3, E.R. Boki in 4, Salguero Otesa in 5, and Galikov in lane number 6. But E.R. Boki into his stroke, straight away into the lead. Surely a 7th gold medal is on the cards for the Belarusian E.R. Boki.
You'd imagine so. He is the world and championship record holder in this event. 50.85, set that in Glasgow a couple of years ago. His entry time actually into this competition, only 200ths of a second outside that, so he will keep an eye on that. E.R. Boki already won 6 gold medals here in Mexico City. He's going to join Andre Brazil on the Magic 7. Brilliant swim so far from E.R. Boki. He's just going to be outside his best time. It's still mightily quick. It's another gold for the Belarusian Boki. 52.24 the winning time. Silver medal goes the way of Spain and Ivan Salguero Oteiza. Poland get the bronze. Kamil Jutelski with a fine swim. Roman Galikov, the unfortunate one of the 4 to miss out on a medal. But E.R. Boki, he's already out of the pool. It's job done. He is a machine. Terrific swim once again from E.R. Boki. For the 7th time this week, he will top the podium. I sometimes say that swimmers do make it look easy. E.R. Boki is the pinnacle of that, isn't he? He's so effortless through the water.
He is fantastic, E.R. Boki. 7 out of 7, full marks for E.R. Boki. He takes the gold for Belarus. Salguero Oteiza from Spain, the silver, and Redzelski from Poland.
Yeah, starting to come towards the back end of this morning's session. Don't go anywhere though. We still have plenty on the way. Don't you worry about that. We've got the men's 100 fly S14 heats coming up for you, followed by the women. And then we have men's 50 freestyle S6 and S9. And then we end on the women's 53 S8 and S9. So a bit of a splash and dash to finish our morning session. This is the men's 100 fly S14. We've got 2 heats of this one. This naturally heat number 1. Robert Isaac Jonsson of Iceland, Juan of Korea, Lawrence Sapp of the USA, and Emerick Parmentier of Belgium go in heat number 1.
This is the first time this event has been conducted at a major championships, the S14 100 metres butterfly, just introduced into the World Championship programme this year. And swimmers in this one, well, 3 out of the 4 swimmers have already won gold medals. Robert Isaac Jonsson, lane 3 closest to us, he won gold in the individual medley. Juan leading at the moment, won gold in the 200 freestyle. And Larry Sapp from the USA, that incredible gold yesterday in the 100 metres backstroke. So 3 swimmers already experienced the top of the medal podium. Is going to be Juan from Korea, will bring home this first heat. Into the final stages now. Juan will take that one in 1 minute, 0.10. There's a record standard being set for championship record. The swimmers have to beat 59.38 to beat that record standard for the championship record to be recognised. I'm sure that that will go, if not in the heats this morning, it will go in the final tonight.
Yeah, I reckon Juan Korean teammate, heat number 2, might have something to say about that as well. But a good swim from Juan, just over the 60-second mark. Eased up a little bit towards the end as well. Podium again later this evening. Good swim from Larry Sapp, just next to lane 5. From adults, Juan who takes the win in heat number 1. Guaranteed a place in the final. Top 3 are. Emerick Parmentier will have to wait and see what he can do. Making their way out for heat number 2 of this one then. Led out by the Puerto Rican, Javier Josu, Hernandez Rodriguez, and the Koreans back to back in lanes 3 and 4. Then Kyun-Kyu, Lee In-Cook, Barrera of Brazil is in lane 5, and Adam Venep of Norway leads the field. Now Lee In-Cook does have an entry time well inside the world record. He's been ratified, so we'll keep an eye on him. He's a quick 100-metre fly swimmer. The record actually is held by Mark Evers of the Netherlands. He's not here at this meet this week for the Netherlands. He set that in Eindhoven at a home meet at the start of October this year. As Paul mentioned just before the last race, this event hasn't been an event for very long. So we are breaking ground in this championship. And Pepperson is here. Will be eyeing that record of Mark Evers. He's not held it very long. As Mark the Shark might be going very soon. Lee In-Cook in 4. Lim Kyun-Kyu in 3. Felipe Villarreal in 5. 3 quicker swimmers into this heat.
Well, 2 Koreans hoping for better luck than they had yesterday, disqualified in the heat of that 100 backstroke, and they're going to try and make amends here today. And Lee In-Cook has gone out extremely fast. He was the Paralympic champion in backstroke in Rio in 2016, and he's looking very, very good here as they come up to the turn. We'll just check the split. Around about 27.5 is world record pace. So Lee and Cook inside that, 27.29 for the Korean. In second position is his countrymate Lim. And in third place, it's Villarreal from Brazil, with Adam Venom in fourth and Hernandez down in fifth. But Lee and Cook coming back into the closing stages now. Can he get inside that world record mark held by Mark Evers of the Netherlands? 58.39. It's going to be close. It's very close, but just outside there for the Korean. 59.76. He will claim his place in the final. He will be first into that final. The only man under the 1 minute mark. Villarreal had a strong finish for second position, 104.68, getting in ahead of Lim.
Been a little bit hesitant there, isn't he, Lee and Cook? He gave that quite a bit. Unfortunately, that didn't to 100. He'll be one to watch out for this evening. Just wonder if his teammate Cho will help him on to bigger and better things timing-wise in that one. Didn't really have anyone to push him forward, and it is so difficult to get against the clock. He was miles out in front there. Korea. L'Oreal, Adam Benham, second and third. They will definitely get through. Indeed. And this out is a Belgian. Parmentier doesn't quite find all of our other teams. We will see them later on this evening.
Cook, 59.76, first place for.
And once again, it is as you were. It's the women's 100-metre butterfly S14. This is just as new to the women as it is to the men. We are hopefully going to set a brand new championship record. We'll wait and see though. The world record held by Jessica Jane Applegate of Great Britain. Set that Sheffield at Ponsforge earlier on this year at the para swimming meet there. They're going to commentate on that one.
Wonder if we're commentating on another record this morning. Janina Brauer from Germany had a good swim yesterday. Win the 200 freestyle. So slight favourite for this one. Full lineup: Marita Suko from Estonia, Lucion with 3 from Korea, Nina Brauer in the middle of those 5 swimmers from Germany, Michelle Alonso Morales leading them there, Spanish swimmer in 5, and Eva Coronado Tejada top of the picture there, Spanish swimmer. Those are the number 6, so we have 10 swimmers, top 8 will qualify for the final this evening. Nina Brauer just with the marginal lead there, 2/100ths of a second as they come to the halfway point. 33.99. Nina Brauer looked very, very good yesterday to win her gold medal for Germany. Germany's 3rd gold medal of these championships. She looks strong in the closing stages here. Michelle Alonso Morales just dropping back slightly. Park Woo-sung from Korea coming through into 2nd. Janina Brauer will take this one. 114.36. Passes second 50 there from Park. In 2nd place for South Korea. Michelle Alonso Morales in 3rd place. They will be guaranteed a place in the final. Coronado, Tejeda and Suko will have to wait for the results of the next heat.
Good swim from Janina Brauer. 14.36, enough to see her into tonight's final. The question is, who is she going to come up against? Lisa Sanger will want to as well. You are just joining us on the stream. very good morning to you. From Mexico City, Paul Noble with you, taking you through the action on the final morning of the Mexico City 2017 World Powerlifting Championships. Already seen quite a few gold medals dished out in finals this morning. We're currently in a block of heats at the moment. Look ahead to tonight's final session. Second heat is upon us then for the women's 100 fly S14. Beatriz Canero of Brazil goes into Freestyle Creole of South Africa. Michelle Fransen of Belgium is the quickest entrant into this event in 110.10. Starting block there in the picture. Pernilla Lindberg of Sweden got herself an emotional gold medal earlier on this week. And completing the field in 6 is another Korean swimmer in Kang Junhyun. Make sure that start list. Top 3 guaranteed a place in the final. You could see all 5. There we go. Second heat of this women's 100 meters fly S14, and already up into a stroke is the pre-event favourite Michelle Fransen of Belgium. 1:10.10 her entry time. Similar to the men, the championship record is a record standard set by the IPC. That's 1:10.48 as it stands. Michelle Fransen is in this event to have gone below that in qualifying. Belgium. She is first to touch 33.32. Going back towards the wall. Pernilla Lindberg in second. Korean Kang in third. Just easing up here as she heads into the final 25. Lindberg now right up on her right shoulder in the yellow hat of Sweden. Junhyun of Korea. Third, a little bit further back on this near side are Christelle Creel and Beatriz Canero. Lindberg has advanced ahead in the final few meters here. Really good back 50 from Lindberg. A good time as well, 1:12.6. Winning time, Michelle Fransen 2.5 seconds behind her. Ken, the second back behind Fransen. A good swim from Pernilla Lindberg. Michelle Fransen there on your picture in second place.
Fransen gave herself a good chance, went out quite fast. Belgian swimmer. Been able to bring it back under championship record pace there. Quite hold on the second 50, and Pernilla Lindberg a lot stronger. Fransen think about into the final this evening. She will qualify for that final in third place overall. Fransen second in that second heat. Pernilla Lindberg takes it in 12.60. Good swim from Sweden. Pernilla Lindberg looking to add to her gold tally this week. Next heats that we are about to see on men's 50 freestyle S6. Just making their way to the goal there at the scoreboard end. You know your names, it's stacked. 2 heats here, 8 swimmers in both of the heats. First one sees Carl Forsman down at the right-hand side of your picture there, the Swede. Next to the Brazilian, Luis Antonio Silva, Brad Shatter, and the US relay team. Yesterday, he won in lane 3. Lorenzo Perez Escalona, who swam excellent on the freestyle to take gold. A few days ago, Cuba goes in 4. Georgios Maltos 5 for Greece. Salam Gariev from Kazakhstan goes 6. Raul Martinez Valdez. A big cheer from the crowd. He's a Mexican, closing lane 7. And Namibian Matthias Angula goes in lane number 8. Namibia represented by Angula. I wonder if Gideon Maslowski, great ambassador for Namibian parasport, is watching back in Namibia. Gideon the amphibian. Next generation of Namibians is in there in lane number 8. 2 heats of 8. The fastest 8 from the 2 heats will make the final. So no hanging about here for Savaltos in lane 5. Zach Shattuck had a very good dive. The American Perez Escalona, the 100 meters champion, is stroking very nicely the Cuban, but he's going to have to watch his step here, because he doesn't want to finish any lower than 3rd place. He's going to make sure, picking up the pace there, Perez Escalona at the finish. He's making sure he gets the touch ahead of Zavaltos. The champion in 100 freestyle. Silver medalist Anthony London from this event. Gets in for Cuba, 31.27. Perez Escalona, Zavaltos in 2nd. And in 3rd is Yariev. But you just saw the stroke rate there, Perez Escalona pick up in the closing stage. He didn't want to get beaten by Zavaltos.
No, he was aware, wasn't he? Didn't want to leave anything to chance. The first time actually this morning, with 2 heats a day, there is a fair element of chance that you can miss out, despite finishing quite high up in the heat. Just have to watch that. That's a Perez Escalona. Wins heat number 1. Georgios Valtos agrees. 2nd. Zangarayev. Just nudging out that shot. Will it be enough? We're about to find out. Heat 2 is just about upon us, and some names in this one as well. No guarantees whatsoever in this event for any of our swimmers. In lane 1, it's Tamsin Block of Brazil. Francesco Bocciado of Italy is joined by his teammate Antonio Fantini in lane 3. Nelson Crispin goes in 4th for Colombia. His teammate Oscar Osorio Campa is in 5. Mexican Raul Gutierrez Bermudez goes in 6. Spaniard Alejandro Rojas Cabrera is in 7. And the Panamanian Beto Calerato Valdez is in 8. Distinctly Latin feel to the top half of the course. We'll watch it. The Europeans, the Italians. Francesco Bocciado. Standard time set is 31.27. Go below that, you're guaranteed a place in tonight's final. Away they go. Decent start made in the middle lane. Also from Tyson Block in lane number 1 as well. Not too often lanes 1 and 8 have been utilised in the heats. Tyson Block now has work to do. Through the middle comes Nelson Crispin. Such fine form in the last couple of days. He's going to lead this one through. Either side of him on either shoulder. Antonio Fantini in 3, Osorio Campath in 5. And a good swim from Nelson Crispin, 30.66, the fastest through to tonight's final. Fantini in 2nd, 0.6 per second behind him. The nod of the head from Nelson Crispin. He's happy with that. He's the winner of Heat 2 and the quickest through to the final this evening. An anxious wait for a few of our swimmers as they await the results on the scoreboard here in the venue. Green lights abound. Perez, Escalona, Fantin, Svaltos, Osorio Campos, Bocciado, Gutierrez and Salim Gadeev, who join Nelson Crispin in the final. Anyone outside of 33.22 missing out. Jack Schutter is the main one there, I think. Finished 4th in heat number 1. Not good enough for a place in the final.
Crispin takes that one, 30.66. Fantin, the young Italian, in 2nd position. Qualified for final in 1st and 3rd position, with Perez Escalona splitting the 2 from heat 1. Oh, it should be a good final. Crispin, Perez Escalona, Fantin. They have had some excellent races this week, and it's set to continue as we go on to the final this evening. Men's 50 freestyle S9 is next. They are already out and behind the blocks. We have Juan Castillo Estevez from Cuba in lane number 2. Ilya Tadic from Montenegro in lane 3. Leo Latinmaki, World Championship silver medalist back in 2013. He goes in lane 4. Jose Antonio Marie Alcaraz, European gold medalist in 2014, goes in lane 5. Demosthenis Michelinsakis, champion in 100 fly yesterday, goes in 6. Robin Lixor from Estonia, top of your picture there, goes in lane 7. Well, Latinmaki in lane number 4, very much the 50 meters freestyle specialist. He's heading Tadic at the moment. Maria Alcaraz coming back into contention now, the Spanish swimmer. Also there, Michelinsakis. It looks like Maria Alcaraz returned to form for the Spanish swimmer. He's going to get in ahead of everyone here. It is first place for Maria Alcaraz, 26.52. Latinmaki also under the 27-second mark, 26.97, and just gets the touch over Tadic there. The Montenegrin gets in 27.02, but good to see Jose Antonio Maria Alcaraz back to form again. We said previously this week he has suffered in the major championships in the last couple of years through illness and injury. Right back on form here in Mexico City. Doesn't get off, he has a leg disability, doesn't get off the blocks as well as Latinmaki, who has an arm disability, but once they get up into their stroke, Maria Alcaraz comes through, and he came through to take the touch for Spain, 26.52. Latinmaki in 2nd, Tadic in 3rd. Those 3 should be safely into the final this evening, but they will have to wait for the results of this next heat coming up, heat number 2.
Good swimmers. This one as well. Except Sari, Hungary in lane 2, Rita Silva from Brazil in 3. Simone Barlam, who celebrated the gold medal early on this week by nearly rocketing himself out of the water and into the roof of this arena. Rita again in lane 4. Tamás Zors of Hungary is in 5. David Shak 6 in Portugal, and Ibrahim Al-Hussein is independent participant in lane 7. One of my favourite moments of the championship so far was Simone Barlam's celebration at the end of his gold medal race.
I think he was absolutely delighted with his performance, could hardly believe it. Crowned the world champion. He's a European record holder in this one. Set that fairly recently in October in Eindhoven. What can he do here? It's heat 2.
There we go. Looking first. Brazilian in lane 3, Rita Silva, but he's going to take over by the man in lane 4, just above him in that shot there, Simone Barlam, the European record holder. What can he produce in this event? He's going to go underneath the flags in third position. He gets the wall in first position. Quick swim this, 36.07. Quickest we've seen so far. He will enter the final at the green screen. There's a big smile on the face of Simone. To the Italian flag wavers. Second place belongs to Mr. Silva, Brazil. David Brescia, Portugal is in third. That was an impressive swing from Simone Barland. A gold medal here next year. Wouldn't bet against him. I think we can be sure of is if he gets it. Celebration.
6.0 and Calasaur will make the final. Top 4 from that heat and top 4 from the previous heat will be in that final this evening. Should be a really close contest. It always is in 50 metres events, especially in that S9 classification. Move on to the next event now, and we have the women's 50 metres freestyle, S8 and S9 combined. We have the 2 S9 swimmers swimming in a heat and the 3 S8 swimmers swimming in a final. So another gold medal will be awarded to whoever finishes first between Anne Makuka, Cecilia Geronimo de Harucio, Julia Gaffney, the 3 S8 swimmers. And if this result is confirmed, it will be Kenya's first ever World Championship medal. Very much the favourite for this one was Cecilia Geronimo de Harucio, Brazilian. She goes in lane 4. Also in the top lanes, Jessica Markkinen and Antja Kitskow from Thailand. They will be in a heat situation going against the swimmers from the following heat. Good start though from Geronimo de Harucio from Brazil. She was very much the favourite. Gave Jessica Long a good run for her money in the early stages of the 100 freestyle a few days ago with a silver medal on that occasion, and it does look like it's going to be gold for Brazil here. The S8 swimmer heading the 2 S9 swimmers. It's going to be gold for Cecilia Geronimo de Harucio. She takes it in 31.66. In second place is Julia Gaffney from the USA, and the 2 S9 swimmers also in. Markkinen ahead of Kitskow, and just about to finish now. Coming in to lane number 3 is Anne Makuka from Kenya. She competed in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in 2014. She is going to claim Kenya's first medal of these championships, first ever medal at a World Championships for para swimming. It's a bronze medal for Kenya. It's going to be a gold medal for Brazil. There is the champion, Cecilia Geronimo de Harucio from Brazil, followed home by Julia Gaffney. The results of the women's 50 freestyle S8. Cecilia Geronimo de Harucio takes gold for Brazil. It's silver for USA's Julia Gaffney, and a first ever World Championship medal for Kenya, Anne Makuka.
A lovely moment for Anne Makuka. And Kenya. Here come the swimmers then for our final race of the morning. Can we go out with a bang? This is the heats for the women's S9. Some very, very quick swimmers in this race. Paulina Wozniak of Poland goes in lane number 2. Daniela Jimenez of Argentina is in 3. Sarai Gascon, who got another gold medal to her name yesterday in a dramatic race, goes in lane 4. Her teammate Nadaya Makasoto goes in 5. Hannah Aston of the USA is in 6, joined by her teammate Natalie Sims in lane 7. Sarai Gascon and Narai Marquez Soto were involved in a right old Barney last night, a three-way battle for gold in what was a brilliant race. The 100 flight. Chinese swimmer Zhu was tucked in between them. Sarai Gascon winning by a nose. This far more her event, the S9 freestyle. She is queen in this event. She is rapid as a sprinter and already up into her stroke. She entered this event in 28.89. That would break over a 10-year championship record held by Natalie Dutoy. That's how good Sarai Gascon is. Naraya Marquez Soto in lane 5 will help push her every step of the way. Sarai Gascon is just chilling, it's fair to say, in this heat. The win is going to come from the outside. Natalie Sims in lane 7, 30.44. Naraya Marquez Soto getting second place. And Sarai Gascon all the way back in 5th. You'd have to imagine that may not be the case later on this evening. They were guaranteed places in the final.
They looked pretty comfortable for Sarai Gascon. She had a great start there. Halfway, she was still in the lead, but eased back in the end and stretched for the wall, but just touched out there by Dani Jimenez and Hannah Aston. It was a close contest in second heat. Natalie Sims takes it, Naraya Marquez Soto second, and a blanket finish for third place, won by Hannah Aston ahead of Jimenez and Gascon. All 5 swimmers there will qualify for the final. Lena Bosniak will miss out. We do have one final event here, and it is the women's 100 backstroke S2. The only swimmer in this one, Elif Ildem from Turkey. Making a debut here in Mexico.
And this will round off the morning session. Ildem of Turkey. Final preparations with her coach.
This event, there's only one swimmer in this one. It is a non-medal event for these championships. Swimmer given the opportunity to compete, to post a time at the end of this final morning session.
And a nice moment as well for Elif Ildem, as you mentioned, making her debut at these championships, and she made sure she gave a big wave to the crowd and enjoyed her moment coming out of the archway now onto the pool deck.
Let's hope the crowd give her some encouragement. She is a swimmer in the S2 classification, 22 years of age, from Turkey. Turks having a good championship. The crowd really warming to her. That's good to see. We've got a fair amount of spectators in. We think there's at least one school, maybe a few youngsters in as well. Real tough ask to swim here in a 50 meters pool at World Championships on your own. Best time this year set in Berlin in the German Open Championships, 3:34.59. So that'll be the target for Ildem from Turkey. A few years ago, well, Turkey really didn't have much of a presence in para swimming, but now they've really built up. Atula Eroglu getting their first ever World Championship medal at the World Championships in 2015. He's got their first ever World Championship gold earlier on this week.
Indeed, yeah, he's actually looked very impressive, I think, over the course of this week. It's good to see, you know, as the Paralympic movement gets older and older, and more nations become a part of it. It's just a case, as it always is, of just getting started. As soon as one athlete makes strides, it's easier for another, and it's easier for another, and it's easier for another. And that's how you become an established nation in any sport. And Paralympics is no different. Look at the nations at the top of the medal table this week. China, Brazil, Italy, to name a few. They've been doing paraswimming for such a long time. They've had their legends in the past to inspire the ones who are swimming now to still push through. Turkey, that's not the case for them. Elif Ildem has to be one of the standard bearers at just 22. It's a lot of pressure on some young shoulders, but the fact that she is at a World Championships is an achievement in and of itself, and she's determined to make the most of it, swimming in essence a time trial here on the last day. As you mentioned, coming out of the archway, a huge smile on her face, really trying to engage the crowd, and that's exactly what Elif Ildem should look to do. She comes towards the finish here, ticking just over the 3-minute mark. Announcer asking the crowd to give her some encouragement. I don't think they really need the encouragement to do so. Crowd warming to Elif Ildem. She comes in the touch and to complete her race and this morning's session. 3:21.51.
Well, that is an amazing swim from Elif Ildem. She will be delighted with that one. That is a massive lifetime best for her. Her entry time 3:34. She's improved that to 3:21. Well done to Elif Ildem from Turkey. And we'll just keep an eye on this young lady. There's no S2 events here, no medal events for the S2 swimmers for the women at these championships. But with form like that, that makes her 3rd place in the world rankings this year. And that was an excellent performance there from the Turkish swimmer. Just swimming on her own in a world championship pool cannot be easy, but she's shown she can deliver on the big occasion. You see the impairment in her arms there. She's doing a really good job. Strong shoulders, trying to get as much purchase on the water with those arms. Really severely impaired in the hands and the lower arms, but she did a great job there. Finishes the session for us today. The result there for that one, a lifetime best for the Turkish swimmer Elif Ildem in that final race. And that's the final action, JMO, for this morning. We have had a good morning of heats. We will have our final session of finals tonight. It's a little bit earlier. It is 5 o'clock local time this evening here in Mexico City. Please join us for that final session. It's one not to be missed. So from myself, Paul Noble, and Stephen Jamieson, it's goodbye for now from Mexico City.
Goodbye.